Give me 1 second. Give me one.
No problem. I'm gonna
Give me
mute.
30 seconds.
No problem. I'm gonna mute you until
So,
you know. That's what you would. That's when I say like you will definitely know when everything is officially ready because you'll hear that intro pop. And once the intro goes off, then you know the levels is good. The levels is good.
Okay. Big man, you wanna hear some hot takes? Let's see how woke you are. You know something about podcasts? Hell, dígame. You kidding me or what, man? I got these 3 drunk uncles with a sports podcast. They say they got fire takes, pure fuego. You find them wherever you listen to podcasts at. If it's what they say it is, you like and you subscribe. Listen, like, and subscribe, yeah. You know how to call into the show? Yeah, man, do the Podbean app. You'll need headphones with a mic to call in. That's no problem, man. They'll also be at Sharky's, 8:07 p.m. on the first Wednesdays of the month. You may get some free Blue Chew. And they keep receipts or so. If anything happens in the sports world, MyT's gonna drop a take faster than a rabbit gets fucked. There's only 3 things I have in this world. My word, my balls, and this podcast. And I don't break them for nobody. MyT Sports Season 7.
Here we go. Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Dr. My Taylor. Yo, it is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. It is February 28th. It is the last day of Black History. We are back. It's Monday. Like, I couldn't even tell you. So you know when I say it's February 28th, that means it's also season 7, episode 69. You know, that's my favorite number. That's my favorite. Episode 69, excerpt 402 of the MyT Sports Podcast. And boy, do we have a show for you. Not only got a big show for you, we're going to talk about the Knicks losing 3. We got the Miami losing to Jeter. We got FIFA losing Russia. We got LeBron losing LA. Of course, you know we got the tea of the weekend. I got a special guest already in the building, right? We got Georgetown losing 16 straight. We got Winston losing the clutch. We got Blue Chew. We got Hop. We got all that. And we got a whole lot more today on the MyT Sports Podcast. But. You guys have been here before. You guys already know what we say, right? Regardless of the time.
Take that.
And regardless of the weather.
You play to win the game. Hello?
It's always a good time for us to talk some sports. So let's stir this motherfucker up and start talking. You know what I mean? Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. I'm not gonna get into. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna get into the tea of the weekend quite yet, cause I got a special guest with me. I got my cousin in the bill. We was yapping about some shit, and I was like, "Hey, yo, cuz, you know I don't always just talk sports, right?" So I was like, "Yo, whatever you got to say, let's go ahead and get this on wax before you have to go to sleep, because you know people got work in the morning. I get it. People got shit to do. People got work. I don't know. Let's yo, cuz, whenever you get ready, right? Whenever you ready, go ahead and type that you're ready in the podcast, because until you tell me that you're ready, what I am gonna do first, right? We're gonna put off the tea of the weekend for a little bit. But we definitely what's going on, sugars. Oh, you born right? That's what I'm talking about. It's my cousin over there calling us all the way from Canada. I can't wait, yo. I hope SB pop in today. That's my other Canadian resident. Yo, because you don't call in enough, cuz I ain't gonna lie. I have another Canadian that have made my Toronto Raptor senior correspondent. He's my Buffalo Bills senior correspondent. You know, he's my Canadian senior correspondent because you be ghostwriting. But you guys hear this? You guys hear the beat that we've been rocking for probably the last 3-4 years here. Probably the last 4 years here on the podcast, on this intro. This beat was made here for my cuz. He made that straight for me. Again, I always want to say thank you, cuz, because this has been in play for a long way. Saying yay, the yay, I got the sway, the yay. And don't you guys forget, I appreciate that, cuz don't you guys forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show. And don't forget you can catch us wherever you listen to podcasts at, right? So I'll tell you guys, go to my YouTube, go to my Twitch. Yo, if you're paying for Amazon Prime, go to your Twitch, right? Go down, make yourself a Twitch account. Go ahead and sign up for that show. Go ahead and do me that favor, right? That's one of the best ways. If you want to like, yo, I love this show. I want to see this show blow up there. Yo, that's kind of way to help the show. Cause that's a paid subscription that you get. Now, if you understand what I'm saying, you get a paid subscription through Amazon. You use that paid subscription and you sign up for Twitch, which is a paid subscription service as well, but you get for free because you're using Amazon Prime. Don't let those free dollars go away. But also, anyway you listen to podcasts, I tell you, small speaker, play the latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast, and they'll go ahead and drop that for you. Just like we're about to go ahead and drop that beat. Hey, yo, DJ MyT, go ahead and bring the birthday people in the room. Yeah. Hold on. I want that a little louder. I want the people at home to feel that just a little. Like I want to yell over it. Like I want the energy to come through. You know what they say, AKA Mr. Energy, AKA the Chocolate Boy Wonder, AKA the Mad Podcaster. I want to feel that energy. Can we try that again? That's a little better. That's a little better. But listen, I know you got one more better. I know you can take it up just another level. I know you go up one more notchery and you can really make this party get high. Like, let's get this party started right. Let's get this party started quickly, right? MyT. Let's try that one more time. Okay, I'm feeling that one. Okay, that's a little better. We got some special birthdays in here. And I even got my cousin in here. I mean, he didn't catch the podcast when we had to wish him a happy birthday. But I give him a special happy belated birthday because he is a love child. You know what I mean? Him and his twin sister both were born on February 14th on Valentine's Day. We want to make sure we get these birthday shout outs right. Let's get that birthday song started. And if you've been here before, then you know the words of the song. If this is your first time here, it's not a hard song to catch up on, but we made our own birthday song. Let's go ahead and sing that beat because yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. Check it, yeah. Check it, yeah. Because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Check it, yeah. Check it, yeah. Alright, folks, you know how we do it here. We like to celebrate all of the birthdays since the last time we was here on the podcast. That means birthdays for the 26th, birthdays for the 27th, and birthdays for today on the 28th. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, we had no birthdays for the 26th to go ahead and pop off to, so we got no celebrations, we got no big ups to go ahead and lay out for that time frame. But we do got a couple for the 27th. Let's go ahead and get that party started, right? I would like to say the first birthday to one Johnny D, right? Now, Johnny D, I met at Platinum Pro Wrestling. So if you don't know him by the name of Johnny D, then you may know him as the Sun Tan Superman! Yes, folks, the Suntan Superman, Johnny D. He had a birthday on the 27th. Hope he was over there doing big things over the weekend. Also, I'd like to say happy birthday to one of my homegirls, Nadia Miranda. Right, Nadia, that is one half of the Twin Towers. If you guys know me, because listen, as we over here talking about my twin cousin, right? She's also somebody that has a twin sister, right? And they are, listen, they are tall as fuck. Like, I want to say that they're 7 feet tall, but that's only probably because I'm 5'7". So they're probably really only about 6'1". But that makes them tall in my book, right? At least tall by average women's standards, I believe, even as well. But that's usually why I call them the Twin Towers, folks, right? And your sister's name is slipping my mind, and I don't even know why, but it's okay though, because wait a minute, that don't make no sense. If it's her birthday, then it's your birthday. Wait, how come I got her here too? Is it the same Nadia? Do I have the right person? Hold on 1 second. Oh, hey yo. Hey, did y'all give me bad information on MyT stats and info? We have to come back. I may be giving a big up to the wrong Nadia, but I definitely have a Nadia that's a birthday. I may be giving her the wrong background story. That's what it was, right? Like, I got the right name, Nadia Miranda, right? But I may be giving you the wrong background story. Listen. Alright, sometimes I'm gonna tell you this, right? I can never be a liar because I don't even remember the truth half the time. Like, so much shit has popped up in my head at this point in time that everything becomes jumbled up. And I'm gonna tell you, the worst thing than forgetting some shit is to have everything jumble up into one. And next thing you know, everything has become one long ass thing, and you don't even know what the fuck is up and down anymore. But that was the birthdays for the 27th. We're up on that. Let's go down to the birthdays on the 28th, folks. We got one birthday to an Adrian Roman. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting here and I was looking, I'm over here peeping again. I'm like, who the fuck is Adrian? Who the fuck is Adrian? And then I'm like, hey, yo, I think there's only one Adrian that you know, and that happens to be Fluffy's brother. So this may be like a brother-in-law twice removed kind of shit, right? You know, I don't even know how that fucking shit works, right? So I want to say happy birthday to Adrian Roman, right? Also, another birthday over to Stephen Carfus, right? Stephen Carfus, happy birthday to you, Stephen Carfus, right? Next birthday on the docket, right? We're gonna drop one in the drop zone for this brother, right? And that is for my boy JK, right? AKA J Dog, AKA the owner and promoter of Platinum Pro Wrestling. This is the second time today during the birthday celebrations. You already heard me talk about Platinum Pro Wrestling, folks. What that means is that Platinum Pro Wrestling is heavy in my rotation. It's heavy on my mind, and it is heavy in the MyT Sports podcast, right? So JK happens to be the person that helped give me the opportunity to be a ring announcer for his wrestling organization. Yes, folks, Platinum Pro Wrestling. They're cut above the rest, and part of the reason why they're cut above the rest is because who runs that business, and the person that runs that business is J Dog. So if you're out there and you're trying to get into wrestling and you feel like, yo, I think it's time for me to get a shot, or I want to be able to get put on somewhere, yo, you come down to Platinum Pro Wrestling, you give a talk to J Dog, you tell him MyT sent you, and I guarantee you will get 5 minutes of his time. So I can guarantee, the rest is up to you. I want to say a big shout out to JK and the Platinum Pro Wrestling, who's going to be having an event next month between March 17th and March 24th, Collier Fear in Naples. A whole long week event, folks. I'm going to be there. He going to be there. Platinum Pro Wrestling going to be there. Listen, all you got to do is make sure is that you're going to be there. That's all I'm going to say about that. Got me putting my Forrest Gump. Okay, we running, folks. We running. Also got one more birthday to give out to, and that is one birthday to Chris Rackler. This brother has been like a cousin to me. Like I said, he's damn near family. Went to go visit the whole family the other day. So everybody along the way. Understand, this motherfucker is also the reason why I joined the army. And I would tell people he's the reason why I got trust issues today. Listen, he's the reason that I got into my first car accident, and I've never been in an accident again. Because when your own family member do some do shit that's fucked up, or shit that you consider unconventional, then you can't trust anybody. Like, I trusted you to be normal, and you weren't normal. At least in this scenario, so now I can't trust anybody on the road. That was my first accident I've ever been in. 2 months after getting my driver's license, and here we are 22 years later, accident free ever since then. I'm just saying. So, out of all of the birthdays that we have on the docket for today, let's go ahead and round them back up and give the one final birthday shout out, folks. So again, we have the Sun Tan Superman. We got Nadia. We got Adrian, we have Steven, we got Jay, and we got Chris. To all of you, we want to wish you a happy birthday. We hope you party hard. We hope you enjoy everything. We hope you regret nothing. But more importantly, we hope you continue to stay MyT. Ayo, DJ, cut that beat. But folks, we're still in kind of a celebratory mode. I told you today was January 28th, which also means that it is officially the last day of Black History Month. And today in Black History, on February 28th, 1991, one by the name of Artiste Shreve became the first black woman to have her work included in the Smithsonian National Portrait Gallery. Also, in 2009, she was probably bestowed her biggest honor, where one of her signature works for I'm butchering his first name, but Sojourner Truth. She got a piece done. She did a piece for Sojourner Truth, and her work was put into the Emancipation Hall of the White House by one Michelle Obama. Yes, folks. Her name again, Artiste Shreve, first black woman to have her work included in the Smithsonian National Portrait Gallery, and that took 1991. But then when a black president and his first black lady wife was in office, they was like, "Come here, sister, we got you. Let's go ahead and make sure that your work is also put in the White House so everybody can see, right in the Emancipation Hall." So she also gets her own little special.
Not my shit.
You know what I mean? So, cuz, I got my cousin here with me, and I'm bringing him on early, right? I know most people like you probably ready for Knicks talk. You probably ready for the tea of the week and all kind of stuff. I already unmuted you, cuz. So you're good to go. Good to go. I've seen enough dance before, and I never seen a dance like that. Right? So, but we're gonna cut into some shit because we was talking, right? Me and you was talking, and when we talk all kinds of shit. We take it from A to Z and beyond every single time. We'll talk sports. We'll talk politics. We'll talk family. We'll talk life. We'll talk growth. We'll talk loss. Right? We'll talk it all. It's how basically everything. And you said some shit to me. We was talking about marijuana laws, right? Yeah, we even talked the podcast over sports. We were talking marijuana laws, and you're in Canada,
Right.
right? And you was hitting me up, and you was like, yo, you was asking me about the laws here in Florida, and I was like, well, it ain't legal yet, but it's been decriminalized up to a certain amount. I think like 14 grams or some shit. This, that, and the third, right?
That's right.
And then you
But
dropped
then
me.
you realize it was actually an ounce.
Well, no. So let me actually I don't mind taking the time to fully read what I was reading earlier, all right? And what I found was that Republican Dottie Joseph, Rep Dottie Joseph, she's a Democrat. She filed the legislation titled the Collateral Consequences of Convictions and Decriminalization of Cannabis and All Drugs Act on what it says Tuesday. So I don't know what Tuesday this is referring to. Oh, okay. So the Tuesday of the week of November 29th, 2021. So about 3 months ago she did this, right? For marijuana, and this one done for marijuana specifically. So she's filing something that's called Collateral Consequence of Convictions and the Criminalization of Cannabis and All Drugs Act. And it says All Drugs Act, but for right now, I guess, major words, decriminalization of cannabis. And I guess they want to also give some other drugs some consideration in here too. So very specifically for marijuana, right? What it would suggest is that it would loosen up some of the laws for it, and it will make possession of marijuana up to 1 ounce a non-criminal violation, and that will be punishable by a $50 fine rather than a misdemeanor offense. That's what she's trying to get pushed.
Oh, so if you get caught with more than an ounce of weed, you get a $50 fine?
Well, no. Well, it would make possession of up to 1 ounce a non-criminal violation punishable by a $50 fine. So.
Oh, so you get.
Yeah, so $50 fine for having up to 1 ounce.
So having any weed on you, you get hit with $50.
Yeah. Versus what is now.
That's a money grab. That's a money grab.
Yeah.
Right there.
Also versus now then it being a misdemeanor offense, because it used to be a misdemeanor. So what I also know for South Florida is that it's also been decriminalized to a point where I guess this is always, one of those things that is based off of, what that famous line that people use, that case by case scenario. There we go. It becomes a case scenario and discretion of that law officer if he wants to be an asshole and charge you for the weed that day, or be like, you know what, this is under a certain amount. This is gonna be a waste of time anyway. Let's go ahead and throw this out. At least now you can get a $50 fine for it. You know what I mean? So I know that's where we have been now for about 14 grams, somewhere around there, which is about a half hour right now. You know what I mean? So, and we've been there. Now when we said that, you dropped a bomb on me. Now you dropped a bomb, and the reason why I want you to say this on thing, because for the normal person, it sounds like the unpopular opinion, but you have, I'm assuming, but you have something to say about that. You have something to say about this unpopular opinion because it sounds like it makes sense. So go ahead. I'll let you take the way. Go ahead. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna smoke my weed.
I basically say that decriminalization is great, right? Stop criminalizing people for using the herb, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when you get into legalization, all legalization means is they're going to put more laws around it. You get what I'm saying? And before you know it, the people that were locking you up for it will be selling it to you. And be telling you it's even more so illegal for you to sell it. Right now in Canada, it's not like
oh shit! Okay, that's what you just said.
Where,
whoa!
Yeah.
I don't mean to stop you. I don't think it could almost pass me. You said the people that are gonna be locking you up for it is gonna be selling it to you.
It will be selling it to you. We literally had that situation.
Yo, I just want to let people let that sink in. I ain't gonna lie to you. Welcome to the MyT Sports Podcast, folks. I know we're supposed to be talking sports right now, but we're talking a little bit of weed. And I know everybody likes weed, so go ahead and bear with us.
Right.
Keep dropping that knowledge on us, cuz talk your talk.
Yeah, we literally had dispensaries where you had the cops owning the dispensaries when it was that gray area, and there was a time when it was a gray area. So you had people opening up shops, and they were selling weed out of these shops and everything, and then they shut that down. And now it's only government shops. So and they have these government shops popping up everywhere here, everywhere. So now, people go into these shops. I would never spend money in these shops. I grow my own because you're allowed to grow your own right now. You're allowed to grow up to 4 plants, but you could get 2 pounds off of a plant if you grow it right. You know what I'm saying? So if you do it right, you could stay within the law and still do your thing, which I think they will eventually try to take away from us.
Losing money.
Yeah, I really do feel like that. But for right now, they allow us to grow our weed. They have these shops popping up everywhere, and it's not like one time where people sold weed. People don't sell weed anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people grow weed, whatever they do with it, if they have their friends or whatever they do, they give it out, whatever. That's one thing, right? But to really get good weed, you gotta go. You gotta go through other avenues. You know what I'm saying? But these government shops, they don't even really have the good weed, and they're selling it very expensive, and a lot of it is taxed, and half of it is moldy, and it's crazy right now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So, if you're at a point where it's just decriminalized, if you see anybody pushing for any more legalization, keep an eye on that person and ask them what their motive is. You know,
start looking into their
ask
back.
them what their motive is. Yeah.
So because I love this talk. Cause you said some shit. So I'm gonna start with the last thing you said about find out for their motives. I got something else I want to go back to again. You said find out their motives, because no, you're right. Because now you start making me think. Cause like I said, you said the unpopular position. You said the unpopular opinion, but there's a whole lot of truth into it. And there's a whole lot of reason into it. Like there's method to the madness, right? So to quote one of my favorite Shakespearean lines, right? There's a method to my madness, and the method to the madness is that you're taking it out of the people's hands in a way, and you're giving it all over to the government when you do that.
That's right.
And now,
that's right.
So now you said the motives behind it. So now if you hear somebody pushing for it, a politician pushing for it, now you're gonna start looking into your finances. I'm gonna start looking to who's backing you, right, what companies you're involved with, because also not just to figure out their motives, me personally, but also I like to invest into a lot of shit. So if I hear I don't care what you are. Republican, Democrat, neutral, LGBT, I don't give a fuck who you are, right? If I hear you pushing for them, I'm gonna start listening, okay, what companies are you with? What companies back you? What companies do you promote? And then I'm gonna see if those companies are publicly traded companies. I'm gonna see if I can buy stock into them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, cause you know me. Cause you know me. When they started pushing the vaccination on everybody, right? And they said all these companies was about to make it. While everybody was fussing and complaining about not getting the vaccination, and I knew that the majority of the world was gonna get a vaccination to one of these companies. You know what the fuck I did, cuz I bought stock in every goddamn company. In every one of the I own stocks in 7 different companies that produce COVID.
Oh wow.
Yes. And the only one I didn't buy into was Johnson & Johnson, because I was mad at the Johnson & Johnsons, because they're the same Johnson & Johnson that owned the New York Jets. It was a personal beef that I had.
And that was a good choice.
You know what I mean? It really was. Ironically, right? But
ironically, yeah.
But so that, cause like when I hear shit like that, I understand the uproar, but understand your pockets as well. I told me like, hey, I told this to everybody. Like, yo, invest in those companies. Invest in those companies. Like, I understand, like, you may not want to take it, but you ain't 1 billion people of the population, and you ain't the one that will.
Yeah,
and you ain't the state of Florida that needs to buy 30 million of them. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't the state of New York
That's right.
that need to buy 250 million of them from one company. It's not about you and me purchasing them. It's about what state, what government, what hospital has to buy it from them. So that they can do whatever the fuck they
That's
want
right.
because they're gonna get paid somehow, whether we buy it or not. The reason why it's free to us because our government will buy it. So I sidebar to say, yo, if I do hear now a politician pushing for marijuana, I'm gonna start looking into them and all the companies that represent them, all the companies that they represent, because I want to find out what the fuck are their incentives and what the fuck are they doing. Because if they're doing that, that means they're also doing something underneath the scenes to try to utilize marijuana also legally. We've seen it too many times already. Coca-Cola,
No, this is the thing.
Johnson and Johnson.
They just want to sell it.
Yeah.
They just want to sell it. They just want to know that they make everybody so complacent with it so that they can take it over. You know what I'm saying? Like even right now, them allowing us to grow it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We grow it. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? When they're ready and they say, hey, you know what? It's illegal to grow it. Right? Tell on your neighbor if you see them growing it, because they might come out with a few stories like they always do and tell you that someone. I remember when the first day when they said that it was legal, right? They came out with a story, and I call it a story.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that there was some kids that smoked something that they thought was marijuana, and they had to be hospitalized.
Yeah, stories.
Immediately after that, you saw police come on TV, and he said the only safe way to consume cannabis is to buy it from one of our legal dispensaries.
Exactly.
Literally like the day after they made it legal.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
No. Because see, these are the things I'll never argue with you about. That is some fuck shit. Right. Because me and you, we
right.
Listen, we clash on so many. We're supposed to, right? Nobody agrees on everything, right?
Of course.
we clash on so many different. Yeah, we clash on so many different views, and we bring so many different views to each other. Because listen, there's still some shit you say to me that even though I may have disagreed, I'm like, I'm gonna watch, and I still have a question.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like this ain't just come out of left. It ain't just come out of left field. I'm gonna watch like there's shit here.
That's right.
Oh shit. No, like that's crazy. No, you're right. Because you always have to look for that when now all of a sudden the random story that never came out anywhere or never made any sense suddenly now pops up the day after. Like, oh, the only good way. Like, what? I'm sorry. Where were you? Where were you 6 months ago?
Right.
Where were you a year ago? Like,
That's right.
like all of a sudden now.
Where was anybody that ever had to be hospitalized over weed 6 months ago or a year ago or 10 years ago or ever?
But you know what though? But we all know not to buy our weed from the gas station. We've all known that. If you like,
yeah, but that's not weed though.
I know exactly. Like, listen, unless your weed man is Puerto Rican or Dominican, and when you come to him for weed, he's pulling some shit out of the back. But if he pulls that shit from right off the top, and that shit says spice or some other shit or manufactured in China or in Hong Kong, don't smoke that shit. Just get yourself some beaties if that's the case.
Right. Get a pack of beaties. For real.
Now the other thing that you said, I wanted to go back on. You said that, and I already kind of touched it, but I wanted to dive back in here again. You said that the same people that were locking you up were coming back and sending you weed. So what they were doing is that it's kind of like what you said also with the growth, right? Is that they allowed the mom and the pop, they allowed the entrepreneur to go out there and open up their business. And believe it or not, as you're saying this, what they were the test focus group, basically. They made them a test focus group to see how things would smooth over, while still having stringent laws where you couldn't put your money in the bank, you had to worry about people robbing you, and then also, like you said, even cops coming in there and fuck with you and shutting down your whole entire shit. But because you already built that infrastructure there, that same infrastructure was bought out by the government, and now the government shop puts up their own shop there. Just to fully.
They were all getting busted.
Yes.
Every now and then they would get busted, but they would keep them open.
Yeah.
There would be strips of the whole strip. You would walk down there and you would smell pure
government takes it over, and it's a bunch of people that don't know how to really. They don't care about weed. Like the people that have opened a lot of weed,
I heard that even some of these. Sorry.
No. Because also you mentioned about it having mold and the quality of the weed. Like so, they take over a good weed plant.
No, this is the places now. I'm gonna explain to you how it went. So this is maybe back in about 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. That's when they first legalized weed.
One second, because we now refer to time now as pre-pandemic and post. No, I'm joking. I'm messing with you. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you.
5 years BC before COVID.
It's a new PC, right? We got a new PC now before COVID.
Yeah, we got a new BC 5 years before COVID.
Oh shit! Oh, so we're gonna have a new ACBC, yo. Oh shit!
Is after the disease.
Oh fuck! Damn. Okay, go ahead, my bad.
So they had like a lot of shops that would just open up, little dudes that they've been selling weed, and they said, okay, shit, it's legal now, and this is what they call the gray area before they locked down, and they had weed maps. I don't know if you guys got weed maps over there.
Mm-hmm.
You get an app where you can find out, like, who's got the best, who's got what weed, and they got pictures of it, and you get it delivered, and all that stuff. You got that?
Yeah. We have a weed map as well too. We have a form of a weed.
Okay, weed map.
Yeah.
A form of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we had all that going on, right? Anybody could log in with weed maps and say, okay, I sell weed, and I have a shop, and I have this, and I have that going on, and then after that, they said, okay, well, weed maps is only going to be for places that are registered with the government. After maybe maybe for the past 3 years. So now all those shops that were selling the good weed, or the regular dudes that were actually in the weed game before it became legal and everything, all those dudes had to shut down. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All those people had to shut down. So now it's just people that opened up through the government. So when you go into these places, half of the people behind the counter don't even smoke weed.
Yeah. See, they don't love weed. Yeah, they don't love weed. They're just here for the business.
Now they're selling whatever, and it's all government shit. It's all being taxed by the government. Before those places, they weren't being taxed by the government. They weren't paying any taxes. They were just selling their weed in that gray area. Every now and then, the cops would come and shut down the whole strip.
And that was the tax.
And
like, hey, you either give me $100,000 or I gotta shut you down.
They would charge them, whatever. But these guys were making money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the way they did. So basically, the way I see it is, they had to let that happen and let that free flow go, just so they don't look so hypocritical when they want to take it over.
Roger.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So just beware of that. Like when you see the laws changing, and when you see people pushing to change certain laws and to do this and to do that, beware of that, because that's where it will lead.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because
it's in a good space.
Yeah,
right.
I'm glad you said that, because and the reason why I said, because even without further explanation, even myself, if somebody would have been like, yo, if they just would have said, you don't want weed legalized. If somebody would have just said that to me as surface value, I'd be like, oh, you smoke. You're tripping. I don't want to listen to you. Not that I want to listen to you, but yeah.
You must be a weed hater.
Yeah. But
right.
Like I said, you didn't say that. You prefaced it. You said it very specific. It was like, yo, if you hear somebody pushing for weed, right, in the legislation, keep an eye out for their motives. And that was like, whoa, that's something different, because if they want more than if they want
criminalization is enough.
Yeah. When you said it,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, because what I said the first time, that's headlines. Right? That's what you see at the headline. Right?
Right.
You don't want weed legal. That's what you said. That's the clickbait topic. And then what you said.
Now, decriminalize, yes.
Yeah, what you said is actually the substance of the story.
You know what? If you get someone fighting against that stupid $50 tax that they want to give people, that would even be cool too. That would even be the best thing. fighting against that and saying, yo, you're just basically juicing us just for smoking weed. You're telling us it's decriminalized, but you're juicing us now.
Yeah.
Now it's like extortion.
So instead of sending us to jail now you're like, oh, now you got a $50 fine. Now you got a $50 fine. Like damn, how many? Every month I got a $50 fine. Like that's an extra bag of weed. Right. I gotta give to you.
That's right. That's right. And just because we're coming off of the heels of being charged for it, being pulled over for it, possibly being jailed for it, that $50 doesn't seem like too much. But if you're really looking at it and say, okay, well, if you decriminalized it, like let's look at it for real. You're saying you decriminalized it. Why the hell are you charging me anything then? Why am I being punished for it at all?
Roger.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
No, true. If you know that reggae song, and we're talking about weed right now, you know how fitting that song is. Cause I smoke so much marijuana, I mix it with the grabber, and let me stop singing before I get copywritten. But y'all know, you know what's funny? The other day for my girl, I think it was the first time I played that song for her because you know, it's like how I bust out a song like that. Like you know how there's songs in your head, and when something pops, and all of a sudden somebody says something, that song kind of comes in there. Well, for some reason, that true has been popping in my head. But you know, it's a weed song, right? And I had to play it for my girl. Yeah, she finally heard it for the other day, and I don't know why I thought that was an Elephant Man song this whole entire time.
Okay.
But it's not. I already forgot who the fuck sings that song. But I really thought this whole entire time was an Elephant Man song. But cuz that's crazy. Again, anytime you pop up on the podcast, I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate you sharing the love. Damn, that's some shit. Yeah, that's something that I definitely listen out for. If I hear somebody pushing against that listen, because see, it'll look weird, right? Because, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? And I'm gonna explain this in different parts. Sometimes not sometimes, all the times, you have to let your what you perceive as your party affiliation to the side. You have to push that shit to the side, right? Because
of course.
You don't really have a party affiliation. Your party isn't always right. Because when I first started this story, I said, Dottie Joseph, Democrat, filed legislation titled Collateral Consequences, Conviction of Decriminalization of Cannabis and All Drugs Act, right? Blah, 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 blah. Right? And again, from what you just said, if somebody's fighting against this, you should probably really, really look to that person as well, but also look to them as a positive, like, oh, you know what? This person may actually be on the right side of things. Now, as I say that person, because I'm kind of specifically talking to Democrats right now, that person may be Republican. You know what I mean? So don't dismiss what they're saying just because, it's going to sound like they don't want to legalize weed. But that's the clickbait story. Go into the minutia of it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Not just that fucking drizzle shit that the chef put on top. You know what I mean? Like, look, get into that shit and see why they're actually battling it. Because from what we just discussed here, I sound like I could easily sound like the Democrat, and he could sound like the Republican, and I'm like, or however it was sounding. I'm like, hey, he's like, you don't want to legalize weed. I'm like, but why the fuck? See, this is why. You have to drop shit like that to the side. You can't just be like, my Democrat said this. It sounds like this. Let me go ahead and sign off on this without actually going into like, okay, what does this actually say by my party?
What it actually means, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes.
What it actually looks like. What would this look like in 5 years?
Yes. Always that. Because some people sometimes they think too micro and they don't go macro. Right? They don't go big picture sometimes. Like they think right here, and I get why some people can't see past their own noses, right? Because we are a very right here, right now society. But there's a reason why anytime you talk to somebody that really has a little bit of common sense to them, they always ask you, hey, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 1-year plan? Your 5-year plan? Your 10-year plan? Your 15-year plan? Because everything has a domino effect. There's cause and effect. There's going to be a correlation everywhere. And as dominoes start to fall, it's like one of the dominoes we talked about, remember? To go left field again. When they started with the as we bring these back up, the LGBTQs and trans and bodies and different body things, right? At that, while again, this is how we differ, but we also kind of come to the same. We also agree on a lot of the main shit. But I was like, listen, there's gonna be a group of people out there that is really that is really going through some mental shit that just really need space to breathe and be themselves. And you were like, you may be right, but a lot of those motherfuckers, hey, if my kid is walking around here barking like a dog, I can't my kid can walk by a dog, he's a motherfucking dog. Like if someone, hey, you're a goddamn human, act like a fucking human. Like, I never forget that shit. But see, I told you, I don't forget these conversations. Right? Like, I forget a lot of shit, but I like little things stick with me, right? And because what that ends up going to is that what we did all see was that, because we didn't disagree with this, right? Is that there was going to be some sick bastard as an adult that was going to say, well, I identify as being a kid, so I should be able to have sex with kids, but kids don't want to have sex with other kids. So I don't know what you're talking. Kids ain't think, the kid that you're trying to correlate yourself with isn't thinking about sex. You, as your grown ass self, is. And I was like, listen, and I didn't agree with you that wasn't a possibility. I was putting my faith in society that when that person comes out and says that shit, that they shut that motherfucker down immediately. And no doubt, both things happened. That motherfucker popped up, and that motherfucker was shut right the fuck down. But those motherfuckers ain't quitting. They ain't quitting. They keep trying to find little rules and little back channels. They just keep getting shut the fuck down. But we both knew what Pandora's box was gonna be open. It was just, okay, we know it's gonna happen. We just need the right people in charge to make sure that shit never sees the surface. But like I said, you keep pushing back enough times, somebody's gonna let something slip. And you can't let nothing slip with those kind of people.
That's what they call it, a slippery slope.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, for real. It's like how you talked about the weed maps, slippery slope. Like, you just gave the government and the cops a map to where your location is. When you get shut down, you got nobody to blame but yourself. Like, you're slippery slope.
That's right.
So I'm gonna ask you something. All right, I'm gonna ask you something serious, right? I don't know if it's gonna sound serious. I'm gonna ask you something very serious.
Okay.
So what do you think were the motives of all those billionaires that went to outer space? See? I hit you with a heavy one, didn't I?
Now, this might sound funny.
Okay.
This might sound funny.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if they even actually went to outer space, or do you think, or do you know if maybe they're just telling you they went to outer space?
See, that's why I like talking to you sometimes.
because how, like, I've always looked at it like this, right? If I'm telling you that I've been to the moon and back, I've been to Mars and back, that's not something that you or I could ever picture doing in our life. So that means that person is greater than we could ever imagine.
To some people, yes, I can see that. Like, to the majority of some, that person going to the moon now has accomplished feats. They're already a billionaire, and most people are gonna treat them differently just because of that. But now they've accomplished feats that most other human beings, like only people we've heard about in history books, kind of shit, right?
Right. It's not. It's like I've never met anyone that's been to the moon. I've never met anyone that says they've met anyone that's met anyone that's met anyone, or has anyone in their family, or you know what I'm saying, or you know. I mean, I don't know why. What do you think that's about?
Well. I'm gonna tell you why I asked you specifically, because, and it is a true story, right? Just let people know, right, before we start anywhere, right? Because it's a conversation we had some time ago, and you had to put me onto this, because I didn't even know this was going on. I started wondering if their space exploration had anything to tie into to their project to block out the sun.
Okay.
Because you all know, or if you don't know, that is a real thing, because I don't want to say all white people, but people with, oh shit, the door. Hold on 1 second. You know what, folks? We're gonna take ourselves a quick break, and we're gonna come back. We just tease you with something. We'll be back in just a moment.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world. And they can respond, I became a soldier.
Excuse me. Okay, we're back with the MyT Sports Podcast. I want to thank you guys for listening. So as we was talking about what the billionaires could have possible motives could have been for going to outer space, and
Right.
I brought up the fact that I brought up the fact because you put me on something, and it's been, and since then, I know I've seen it pop up, like, even my mom was shocked, like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, because it popped up recently, within, like, last 6 months, that story did again, right? And this is something we talked about years ago. So there's this project by billionaires and other people, right? That they want to block out the sun because of what they consider harmful UV rays, right? But as you guys mainly know, those harmful UV rays that they really discuss don't really affect most individuals with pigment. Well, I'm gonna keep it scientifical here as much as I can. Right? Without just saying, like, it don't fuck with black and brown people, right? But it don't fuck with a lot of people with pigment. So
it actually helps us.
Yeah, exactly. We feed off of the sun, right? And all the rays that the sun gives, it makes us stronger, healthier, everything, more radiant. That's the reason why you constantly catch people with fairer skin trying to soak up the sun and trying to tan and get some of the sun's nutrients, but it does damage to their skin. And so by blocking out the sun, they're basically trying to just tailor to fair-skinned people and trying to find a way for them to be able to survive in the sun all the time, right? Without proper skin protection. So when they went there, I was like, okay, what is this all about? Which I know I've now heard two different. I've now heard another thing on top of it. It's also about the colonization of Mars. That's one, or the colonization of other planets, I should say, right? And without them saying it, I still also believe that this also may be in part of their conspiracy to block out the sun's rays from the Earth.
It could be.
But I ain't gonna lie, when I heard he was going to the moon, I was like, oh, they was going to wherever. I was like, yeah. Why the fuck you just going all of a sudden this whole billionaire's trip to the, it's like people going to the golf club, like, oh, we're taking a billionaire's trip to the moon real quick. We'll be back.
Right.
Forward all my voicemails to
I mean, okay, let's put this in perspective, right?
My
Going
nigga,
out to
chill.
space is not the safest practice in the world.
Say it again?
Going out to space is not the safest practice in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You see when they launch these spacecrafts, I'm sorry. They launch these spacecrafts and they burn out and they blow up a lot of times.
Yes.
They're testing something to see if they how far they can actually get out. So do you think that they're really putting a billionaire on something that they can't even test without anyone on it, unmanned? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Do you think Elon Musk is really gonna take a risk with his however trillionaire ass fucking existence and say, I'm gonna go see if I could just go try to take a rocket out to the moon or take a rocket out to space and just go out to space?
Elon Musk, yes.
You've been on a plane. Going
Other
on
billionaires,
a plane
maybe not.
If you think about it, if you think about being on a plane, you could freak out on a plane. You're like, damn, I'm really up in the fucking air right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you think about it like that. Like, you know, it's like you gotta just kind of tell yourself, like, you know, this happens every day and people do this every day. And that's how people get through flights. But if you're really to actually think about the act that you're doing, like being this 20,000 feet in the air and anything can happen, especially if turbulence or anything like that, God forbid, is to lit. You get what I'm saying? You feel it. Your life starts. you start thinking about your life and your mortality and your kids and your you know, everything that you got on Earth. You get what I'm saying? Everything that you got that's on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where we live, is on the ground. So it's a really kind of a far stretch for me to even believe that these billionaires and damn near trillionaires would risk their life to perform that act of going further than where a plane goes. Do you get what I'm saying? Where a common plane is to travel. Yeah.
No, listen, when you said, did they even really go? I was like, damn. Because also, it was a quick turnaround time, wasn't it? Like, if I'm not mistaken, they had a very quick turnaround time. Do you remember, anybody remember how long they were gone for? Because if I go to the moon or go to outer space, I don't just want to like just go and see it and come back. Like I don't want to go until I'm on the next to last days of supplies worth of shit.
That's right. That's not a trip you take every day. So you're gonna want to kind of stretch it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't going to South Beach. You know, and listen, and niggas still in Fort Lauderdale playing for a whole weekend in South Beach, okay? Rent a hotel, they bring the wife, they find babysitters. You understand? I want to know what kind of arrangements they had to do to go to the moon. You understand? We're talking about just to go to spend the weekend at the W or the Endeavor or whatever the fuck I'm thinking of.
All of them. I'm that guy. Nigga, I live
my
right
co-host
there.
just popped up in the room, cuz.
I live right there. Nigga, I live right there in Miramar. But I literally have to plan this shit out just to go to fucking Fort Lauderdale Beach at the W or the Hilton or something like that over there. As if I'm some out-of-towner ass nigga coming over here from South Carolina or Virginia. I'm like, nigga, I stay 30 minutes. I stay 20, 25 minutes away from this motherfucker and I have to do all of this.
Which is not for nothing. If you're young and single, and you don't care about your money yet,
do it.
Spending a weekend at South Beach and balling out down there for a weekend is always a good thing. I guarantee you. If you do it every weekend, right, or at least every other weekend, right? Let's say paydays every 2 weeks.
Just get
right?
it out your system.
If you do this
let's
say if you do this every 2 weeks. Right, for a whole year. That is 26 weeks. I guarantee you at least 13 of them you're gonna fuck an out-of-towner. That's all I'm saying. Because you're going out for a reason, okay? Guy or girl, you're going out for a reason. Right? Because we know girls that do this too. Not for nothing, right? I know homegirls in the game, right? But my homegirls in the game, the homegirls that I know in the game, they ain't just there to fuck out-of-towners. They there to fuck out-of-town athletes, okay? They upgrade their shit. Like when they do that shit for the weekend and they find that person to fuck, that guy has that. So that's when
they're looking to come off at least $2,000, $3,000.
That's why on social media, when you see a half a thotty talking about, I don't even see a guy if he's under 6'2", just know that she goes to the beach on the weekend and she fucks athletes. Okay, just let you know if you look very closely on All-Star Weekend, she's there. Just let you know that during what they call it, during an ESPY award, Drake sung about them. No, not number one, but number two. You get an honorable mention.
Listen here. God forbid the day. Listen, for us men who have women who in our lives in terms of relationships or whatever the fuck, we know like, ooh, I don't know about you. God forbid the day that NBA All-Star comes all the way down to Miami.
Listen, you ain't going nowhere. Listen, you are stuck to the house.
Jail.
I don't give a fuck.
Solitary confinement.
You ain't going nowhere.
Solitary confinement.
I'm not having you run up on Odell Beckham Jr. at the grocery store.
Exactly. The NFL season just ended, nigga. All of these motherfuckers from other athletes to motherfucking
I'm just gonna tell you
other
now.
Celebrities in general.
Listen, you know, I don't even care. Just bring the check home, okay? Bring whatever it is home so we can sell. Like shit. If we ain't benefited from it, then you ain't benefited from it. This is a we thing, okay? We in this shit together.
That's right.
If we're gonna rob an athlete, let me get my Timbs. I wear my sunglasses at night too.
It's like, hey, you go get your lick. While you go get yours, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
go
exactly.
do mine.
Be that whole Biggie scene. Yo, for real. What did Biggie say? Yo, he grab a pillowcase. Hand me a pillowcase, something and rope. Got dressed quick. Grab me a scarf, pillowcase, and rope. Got dressed quick. I wrapped the scarf around my face. Rope the bitch up. Gagged him out with the pillowcase. Nigga flush coming home on some love potion shit. Flashed the heat on him. He stood emotionless, spinning around, screaming, "Don't blast! Take the cash! 100 dash, just don't shoot my ass, please!" Nigga pulling mad G's out the floor. We can do that. I'm saying, just include me in. you know what they say, relationship goals.
All I'm saying is, fellas, be careful. Tomorrow is March 1st, and we live in Florida.
Don't forget
spring break.
I don't forget, folks. We'll have
COVID free at last. It's all hell is going crazy this year.
How many outbreaks you think we're gonna have?
I'm unfortunately a prisoner of my country.
It's okay. He's in Canada. He's in Canada.
I'm a prisoner of my country, so I'll be there.
And he's right off of the Niagara Falls.
I'm looking. I can look at Buffalo. If I look out my window, I can see Buffalo.
Oh, is it Buffalo or Niagara Falls, or am I saying the same thing two different ways?
Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
I can see Buffalo, New York.
Okay, Buffalo, New York. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
But
Yo, it sucks that
Niagara
SB is
Falls,
never on the podcast at the same time
like
he is.
Niagara
He would
Falls
love this.
Like 20 minutes.
I still remember seeing Niagara Falls coming to Canada. Like it's things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Cause see, when I tell people I used to go visit to Canada all the time, he's the family I used to go visit almost every. What was it? Summer? Was it summer or winter? I know I went there one winter. I do remember celebrating.
Every summer you used to come up.
Yeah,
birthday,
you know what? Out of all the birthdays, you know what I remember the most? Out of all of them, the one with the Mickey Mouse birthday cake. You remember that shit?
Right.
that may actually be the year that me, you, and Mama in that picture where we're cheesing like cheesing like a motherfucker, like cheesing uncontrollably cheese.
Yeah.
That may actually be that same year.
Yeah.
Because I know I have a McDonald's shirt for some reason, and I feel like that's the same year for some reason.
The McKids,
the McKids shirt, yeah.
You wear the McKids shirts.
See, I tell people why we love nuggets to this day. These kids nowadays, like, we don't have them on McDonald's. We were McNugget kids back. We were McKids back then. Like, like this is when the Big Mac came in a box. Wait, it comes in a box now. It didn't come in a box. Wait, what the fuck it used to come in? No, it was always a box. Yeah. But almost everything came in a box, though. Like everything came in a weird ass little box. Right. Oh man.
It's real neat.
So I think we've touched enough on worldly topics today, cuz I think we really have. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. But you know what?
Yeah.
I may have to go into the tea of the weekend because we're just about there. We have not gone there yet, right? And there's been a couple of stories that's popped up on the weekend. I guarantee. Listen, it's always the tea of the weekend. Don't know if we're gonna get to them all today, but we definitely have to go ahead and start bringing these things up, right? Because we've had a lot of losers this weekend. I mean, losers everywhere. Losers. So. What we talking about here?
You know, cuz
up?
There's one more thing I wanted to tell you. About this thing.
Talk to me.
They're treating now. If you get caught smoking weed and driving, they're treating it like a possible DUI, like you're drunk driving.
Yeah, it's kind of like because it's driving. They put it under driving under the influence of whatever it may be. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That really is crazy, because.
That's crazy when you check it. That's crazy.
And then you have to go, and it's what's crazy though? No, I'm gonna tell you the crazy part. That when you get the charge that you can't drink alcohol, but you can smoke weed.
They got alcohol
commercials. No, seriously.
They have alcohol commercials out the ass.
They give you a
all day.
So they give you the DUI of driving under the influence. You have to go through while you're under your probation, whatever it is. You're going through alcohol protocols, but you're still able to smoke weed. I know somebody going through this right now, and it just hit me as you're saying this shit. So he can't drink.
Wow.
He has to do breathalyzers and shit like that, but he can smoke weed.
Wow.
Motherfucker.
But he has to put the fucking alcohol breathalyzer in his car.
Yes, because there is no weed breathalyzer.
Wow. Wow. Oh my God.
So when he go out, he can go out and he can be high than a motherfucker, but he just can't drink no alcohol.
This country is fucked.
Wow.
This country is fucked.
Yo, he's the chef at Sharky's.
But it's not just America though, it's Canada. I'm telling you, all these countries, man.
Yo, what's going
All
on,
these
Johnny?
countries, man. It's like
Yeah, fucked up.
Oh man, seriously.
Listen, we watch a sporting event and I could put my next check on it. We will see at least 2 alcohol commercials during the sporting event.
Oh, every
We
sport.
will see 2 alcohol commercials, whether it's a vodka commercial,
Listen.
whether it's a Hennessy commercial,
Let-
whether it's a tequila,
100%.
whether it's beer.
Let's be honest. Let's be for real.
Promoting the shit, but I can't drive my vehicle.
Let's be honest and let's be for real, right? Because we're
But
all
weed is
we're,
the illegal one.
we're all at this age, right? We're all past the impressionable age. So we could all speak upon this because it has already been impressed upon us. Alcohol and sports is synonymous. I can't even watch a game without one of the drinks half the time.
Listen.
of course.
I can't recall the last time
Like,
I
no,
watched
you
a
understand?
game.
This shit is hitting me, and I'm realizing this shit. Like, I can't even watch a game half the time without be like, damn,
I need a
I
drink.
kind of want to drink. Like shit, like you get that little itch in you. Like damn, I want something to drink.
I need a drink. I need
Right.
something.
Sports.
I need
and
something
alcohol,
in my
this-
left or right hand. That is a cup or bottle. I'm not saying I need to get. I'm not saying I need to get shit faced.
I just want to
Nah.
Just something to
Just-
sip on.
just-
Something to
just-
sip on.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
little
Something
side,
to sip
yeah.
on.
Go
Something to
with it.
sip on while I watch the Knicks make me miserable. Something to sip on while I watch the offensive line not protect Daniel Jones and Ben
Something to
Roethlisberger.
sip
Something
on
to sip on while
while I
Tom
hear
Brady
about-
does some shit again. Something to sip on while Trae Young annoys the shit out of me. Something to sip on while people still suck LeBron James' dick.
Ooh, or something to sip on as Derek Jeter wants out of Miami. Whew. Because listen, I'll tell you this: Derek Jeter belongs in Florida as much as A-Rod belongs in New York or in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying.
Bing bong.
It felt weird from beginning. But the funny thing is, as weird as it felt, he still left them better than when he got there.
He did. Listen, everybody wants
So
to know.
you Marlin fans who want to talk, get that Yankee up out of here.
Good.
He got you in a much better place. So
okay.
be happy now.
It's okay.
But you'll be crying and begging for him back
because you don't know
when
how.
you start sucking again, because you guys act like just not 2 years ago you were in the NLCS. Thank you.
My phone always hits on point.
You were in the National League Championship Series 2 years ago. So Jeter didn't have, but I don't hear nothing. I don't hear no Jeter love when that happens. I don't hear no Jeter love when that happens.
Did they get rid of that statue?
Who?
Derek Jeter. Whatever statue or monument or whatever thing that they had.
Why in the fuck would anybody get rid of a Derek Jeter
No.
statue?
Did the Marlins get rid of whatever did the Marlins and Derek Jeter get rid of whatever statue or whatever fucking dolphin or whatever Marlin looking thing was
I
sitting
hope
in the
they
middle of
did.
center field or whatever? Did they get rid of that shit?
I hope they did.
You know what I'm talking about, right? They had like some figure.
that figure. Whenever
The
you get a home
figurine.
run,
That's a better
that
word for
figure-
it.
whatever the-
The
whatever the
giant
fuck-
figurine, not a
whatever the fuck
statue.
that was when you get a home. I don't know. I haven't been to a fucking Marlins game. Holy shit. Them
Cause that's
niggas
what I
not
really want to
worshiping
know.
my
Did you get rid
grandma.
of that shit, Derek? Like,
Then again, Marlins suck, so their tickets are probably cheap as hell. So, matter of fact, yeah,
They
I'll
probably
be
gonna
at-
sell it.
I'll be at a Marlins game this year, whenever the MLB gets their shit together
And
and opens the league.
Major League Baseball still on strike. Careful, Major League. Nobody already doesn't care about you. You want us to care less? What the fuck?
Bing bong.
They keep doing this shit to themselves on purpose, B.
Now I'm gonna tell you that. Did we already have this conversation? Was this me? Was this you and I? Or was this Mark and I? When I was like, these short seasons, right? These strike written seasons, COVID season, whatever
What
they
do
are.
this with me?
Huh?
It was with me.
It was with you? Okay, you already talked about this.
Yeah, we was just talking about this last week.
Okay, they already looked at Fugazi. So, keep it up. Like,
Keep it up.
we're already gonna discredit this whole entire. Like, whoever wins, this is gonna be discredited unless it's the Yankees, and then we'll ride that shit. No, like,
No.
But still,
If the Yankees win this bitch, I'm like, I'm sorry. We got that shit. I'm sorry. Fuck you niggas.
we're gonna sound like everybody else. But when it gets talked about, it's always gonna remember with whatever, like the asterisk that they want put on it. It's already put on it because everybody always verbally puts it on it. It never gets. Oh, that was that short year. That was that year. That was that year.
Yeah, that was that this year. That was that year.
So, Major League Baseball, to be honest with you, if you're gonna miss a month or two,
Please
just miss the whole season.
do it.
Just cut the whole season then.
Do it.
Cut the whole season.
Cause
Nobody gives a fuck anyway.
Cause listen, the general baseball fan, they only give a fuck about a couple things: the home run derby, maybe the All-Star game, and when the World Series starts.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you though. When I get to my retirement age, I'm gonna want baseball because I'm gonna want a place to have to steal like my younger whoever they are, younger nephews, younger cousins, younger grandkids, younger kids. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be damn near grandfather age by the time I have kids anyway, right? So I'm gonna be like 56 and be like, you know what? I'm pulling you out of school today. We're gonna go watch the Marlins and the Yankees play, but they both suck. I don't give a fuck.
I don't
Get
give
it?
a flying fuck.
You're taking you out of school day, but I have. What do you have? Unless you're getting pussy behind the bleachers, I don't want to hear about it.
Then that's when you look at the little nigga. That's when you look at the little nigga like, do you really want to argue with me while I'm taking you out of school today?
For real. Like, so I'm gonna want baseball just for that. Or just because, like, some of the summer you kind of need something. Like in the middle of the summer, like every once in a while, like I don't
Listen,
no.
Listen,
Because it's not about pulling the kids out of school. I don't care.
Listen. If baseball wants to do that, you know why I don't care? It gives me an opportunity to really ask myself, why the fuck am I leaving my house today? If it's not work.
Because for baseball, it's
why am I going to this bar today?
No, I'm talking about to watch baseball in person. Like, it's hot as fuck out there. The team normally sucks. It's long as fuck. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather go to a women's college baseball game. To be honest with you.
At least I'm gonna see some women sticking their asses out.
But no, they rock though. Like their dugout is their dugout. However long the game is, their dugout is basically a 3-hour DJ session. That is a 2-hour DJ. It's just the we want some home run.
I'll give you a home run.
Like, listen, they get wild. They really do get wild.
I'll give you a motherfucking home run, alright.
So, let's keep talking about all of these losses, right? Because I told you that Derek Jeter, right? That the Miami Dolphins just lost Derek Jeter. You know who else?
Like a win to me.
Well, it's a win for Derek Jeter. It's a loss for Miami Dolphins, right? But also, I don't know how serious I want to get. But, okay, let's go here. The Knicks, they lose 3 times. How 3 times? They lost to the Miami Heat. They lost to the Sixers. And then they lost Quentin Grimes.
Bing bong.
You should say that one for last.
I know, but I think I have another one for last. Right? New York City, they lose their COVID mandate. But they still have the guy Kyrie, the man, eyeing dates. Shaky. I'm watching Wildin' Out today. Ben Simmons' debut derailed my neck, my back, my neck and my back.
Just like that. The Eastern Conference sits in the head of the New York City mayor.
Bing bong.
LeBron James, he loses the LA crowd, but he tells LA he will live or die in LA if you get my son, if you get my drift, if you get my point. We'll talk in the off season. And now, 3 moves. One player dropped, two players picked up. We'll talk about them a little bit later.
Shaq to the fool.
Raiders, Jags.
DeAndre, I saw you.
Oh my God.
And that was the laugh I needed today. That is going to be. I cannot wait for Shaq a Fool on Thursday. Chances are
I can't remember last time I
bitch.
seen a Shaq a Fool.
Oh,
Like,
as
you know,
soon
I
as
don't be catching
as soon as I saw that, I said Shaq a Fool. And then I saw what I saw before I got here, and I said, oh, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, kid. Cut? I said, fuck. The pass was bad. I get it, but damn.
LeBron James came out, was like,
I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach because I'm the best player in the world.
I have a huge basketball IQ.
And I want my damn respect too.
I mean, he got other ones. Wait, why is that him? That's not his
I'm
other
gonna
one.
take my talents to South Beach because I'm the best player in the world.
I have a huge basketball IQ.
That was the original. Before he got the crybaby and he wanted his damn respect too. I forgot he added on to his original. So, NFL, international games announced. Raiders Jags, Hall of Fame game. Why?
Wait, what?
What? We'll touch it again. I swear.
What? Wait,
Raiders, Jags, Hall of Fame game.
what?
Packers, Bucks, Arizona, the Cardinals, Jaguars, Saints, international games this season.
Bing bong.
You know, somebody said, ooh, Packers, Bucks, can't wait. Like, nigga, why? Brady retired? Rodgers is leaving. That shit not gonna matter.
You heard
that
that
shit
shit.
gonna be just as ass as all them other international
Oh,
games.
man. So, let's see. We're still international, right? We're still
I'm glad I
international.
didn't waste my time with this shit here. I'm glad I was out drinking, not even paying attention,
So, Peyton.
just coming back from Texas. That's what I was doing.
Also, the NFL, they lost Peyton. They know the coach from the Saints. But it looks like he may be gaining $100 million.
Bing bong.
Talk about that a little bit later. WrestleMania's coming up. Undertaker, Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar. Championship unification matches.
Bing bong.
You want to talk about losses? You want to talk about losses? I mean, like loss after loss after loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. Now we just got to Knicks category. After loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. Georgetown has lost 16 straight games in the Big East. Head coach
Do that.
Patrick Ewing. Are they about to lose him?
Lose. Please. More like
Bing bong.
I know, it's hard. RJ Barrett. We'll talk that later. My last one. The biggest loss, right? Russia invades Ukraine. FIFA bans Russia from international games. Is that a slap on the wrist? It's like, oh, you want to go invade other countries? Then you guys can't. You guys ain't gonna be part of the Winter Olympics. And you know Russia's probably favored in some kind of category for the Winter Olympics. But that, folks, is the tea of the weekend.
Bing bong.
Dirty Perky, Shark, back, flat, important, Philip, Bucket, Martin, Perkalula, Burton, Dutton, Boston, Adams, Martin, and Attenborough.
Alrighty, let's go down the line.
Ja!
You know what that
Sorry, I had
means.
to get that out.
I know it's okay. It's okay. John Morant.
I had to get that out. Sorry.
We listen.
Listen,
Oh,
when it comes to John Morant, How Jalen and Jacoby are about Nikola Jokic is how Talon and KJ are about Ja Morant.
Yes. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, guys, right now, right? When it comes to Ja Morant, right? We're all Rastafarians in this room. We all believe in Ja. like seriously. When it comes to one Ja Morant, like we may not all be spiritual, but we all believe in. We all become Rastafari when it comes to that kid Ja Morant. We all believe in Ja. The one that jumps up high and slams it down low. Ja. Yo, he pulled out the Chris Paul fake pass to himself. Yo, Ja! Still has his team third in the West. Ja! Top 10 scorer in the league right now. Ja! But if I'm not mistaken, he may be also in the top of turnovers. Is he in the top of turnovers too? I had the stat the other day, and I don't remember. I had to look at it. Let's see.
I don't care right now.
Well, actually, could you guess who's the top 3 turnover leaders in the NFL? I mean, NBA right now? It's not Ja Morant, so it's not a shot at Ja.
LeBron, Russ, and AD.
LeBron? You said 3 people from the same team.
Yeah. They probably are too.
James
Two
Harden.
of them gotta be up on there.
Top 3, James Harden. Luka. And somebody that I didn't even realize had the ball in his hand this much. Paul George. Like, I didn't know Paul George handled the ball enough to be the 3rd highest in turnovers in the league.
Mr. Playoff P.
Listen,
The same Mr.
if that's his playoff,
P who's barely played this year?
If that's his playoff P, then he needs some blue chew.
Hold on. Wait a minute. This is the same guy who's I haven't seen play in like what 2-3 months.
4.2 turnovers per game, and that means Luka and James Harden gets more than that.
Paul, kid, how are you still top 3 in turnovers, and you haven't played?
Danger zone.
I told you I knew I had a shocking one in there.
Yo! Oh, that nigga said I'm playing with house money after that playoff run last year.
He's like, oh, this year don't count because Kawhi ain't here? Shit, I'm gonna try this shit. I'm gonna try this thing I was trying to try when I was 14, but I haven't tried again. But I'm gonna see if I can pull it out now. He's trying to skip to my Lou moves because that's how old his moves are that he's trying. That game was nice.
The game was nice, but Mr. Booker, I need to have a conversation. You might have to come to the front of the congregation, sir.
Do we need to pause our Knicks talk to talk about somebody else in orange right now?
We might have to put the Knicks talk on pause right now, cause the Knicks talk ain't shit changed with the Knicks talk.
Okay, so let's get the Knicks talk out, cause Knicks talk ain't gonna take more than 6 minutes. By 10:25 we'll be done with Knicks talk, and I don't even think it's gonna take that long.
It's the same. There's only one bright spot, and that
There's
bright
no-
spot literally faded a little bit on Sunday. But granted, I low key had a little something like, he's probably tired. Then I was like, that nigga only 21 years old. I want to hear that shit. And the game Friday night was at home.
Listen,
Just like the game Sunday was at home. I don't hear that shit.
so the New York Knicks, right? They have a record 25-36 as it currently stands. Now, again, as I always like to inform people, if you want to make yourself feel better as a Knicks organization, the Los Angeles Lakers only have 2 wins more than you. That's all I gotta say. For a little bit of silver lining.
8 minutes left. 1 point game.
Yep, 8 minutes left, 1 point game. And they had possession to take the lead. And Julius Randle, dribble.
Fake
Okay.
ass spitty.
Spin move. Okay, at least he handed it off to Deuce. No, that's not Deuce. That's number 5. Fuck is that?
Good.
Oh, okay. I don't know these kids' numbers for shit. I don't know anybody's numbers. I'm realizing.
You be getting too faded during the Knicks game. That's your problem. I don't blame you. The way the Knicks been playing this year, I be getting mad faded too. I'm like, God damn it.
You know what's so funny?
Listen. I'm telling you, I kid you not. I had just got off the flight from Texas. I was like, oh shit, the Knicks playing the Sixers. I was like, wait a minute, whoa.
Knicks play the Sixers.
I just got off a plane Texas have a nice weekend, and it's Sunday. I want to enjoy my day.
I rushed home for that loss.
I want to enjoy my. I cannot have the Knicks getting me riled up on a Sunday afternoon. No, sir. I cannot have it. Sunday is supposed to, especially now that football's over, it's supposed to be relaxation, cleansing,
When they say
relax,
that you relax,
vibes, feet up.
they have Sunday matinees.
The exact reason as to why I could not watch the game. I could not do it. I could not do it.
Watching it
I was, but it's not Sunday. It's
Right.
different. It's not Sunday.
I've had this playing
It's
all day
not
because it keeps rewinding.
It's not Sunday. It's not Sunday today.
But I really
So I can watch this
I've
shit.
really been
I
watching
can watch
this to see James Harden and Joel
So,
Embiid. To be
like,
honest with you,
Listen, if I'm gonna watch a Knicks game on a Sunday, just know my Sunday was chaotic, which is not good for anybody in my presence. If my Sunday is chaotic, get the fuck away from me, please. I'm liable to kill somebody at that point. Don't anybody who knows me, don't fuck with my Sunday. Mess with me any other day of the week. Sunday,
I'm
leave
loving
the
the
fuck
full
alone.
LeBron James. He asked for the Lakers squad about it.
Leave me the fuck alone on my goddamn Sunday.
I see you, Roddy. I see the comments. Popping in there. So the New York Knicks, they lost.
Brunch Sunday,
Oh.
talk to me about the Knicks.
So they lost 2 straight after coming back from All-Star weekend. They expected losses. They lost to Philly, the third team in the East,
1 point game.
And they lost-
7 minutes left.
and they lost also to the Miami Heat, who was the second best team in the East.
First,
They
they
don't
just smoked the Bulls again.
Okay.
That was low key. I was hoping when I came up here you'd have that game on because that's actually a pretty big game.
Is it still on right now?
It finished about 20 minutes ago, but that was a big game. That was top seed in the Eastern Conference. And real talk, it was like I literally said the other day, like, man, they going back and forth in terms of taking over top spot in the East. Them niggas need to play each other.
So
I
they
said,
had.
oh shit! I got the notification. Nigga, son, I didn't even know them niggas was playing each other. All of a sudden, I got the notification on Bleacher Report talking about Heat lead the Bulls 55-46 at halftime. I said, oh, them niggas playing tonight? But once I saw how that, I literally said, that lead is cute, but Mr. Fourth Quarter. And then when I saw a final score, I said,
Wait, who blew out? Who you said?
Hmm?
They said the Heat blew out the Bulls.
yeah, beat him
Oh.
at 13. But
Okay.
I was like,
You said Mr. Fourth Quarter. That's supposed to be DeMar DeRozan.
but that Heat coaching, man, that shit don't.
So was the other Mr. Fourth
Especially in
Quarter Jimmy?
Miami.
So was the fourth quarter Jimmy? That we talking about?
It had to be somebody.
Well, we watched this game. I'm
Jimmy,
gonna watch that game.
Tyler
No, actually,
Hero,
I think I've seen
somebody.
enough of this. Actually, no, I don't have the replay yet. So I'll probably watch that shit tomorrow when I get home.
But that was for where we are right now in the season. March is tomorrow. The fact that them two
March
are
Madness
like,
is tomorrow. Woo! Okay, how do I
that
watch
means-
college games?
that means college basketball.
How do I watch college games? 'Cause I don't have regular ESPN. How do I watch college games? I've been trying to watch college games. Look,
I'm at a point right now.
can I be
Where
honest with you?
the-
I've been trying
where
to
the
watch college games
conference-
for the whole month. This whole month I've been trying to watch college games. I've been trying to watch the number 3 teams in the league. Like, how do I watch these games?
Brother man, do you need me to give you my ESPN account?
I mean, you gotta download apps. Which apps, Ronnie? You tell me which apps. How, Sway? How?
Because when I tell you, this is the time. Conference tournaments.
'Cause I don't have cable.
NCAA
So I don't have no cable. I don't
tournaments.
have a cable provider. Like I haven't had cable. Like, listen, I was probably the first one on this non-cable kick. Okay, you understand? Like,
Real college basketball fans don't just watch the NCAA tournament. We watch conference tournaments.
I'm a
Because
trying to
them
watch,
shits
man.
get crazy. Them
CBS,
shits
TNT.
get crazy.
I don't even know how to watch TNT or CBS.
See, he already showing his card right there. TNT, that shit is not even valid until mid-March.
TBS.
Mid-March,
Um.
when the actual
No,
tournament
I know.
popping off.
I'm naming all the things I remember seeing the tournament on. Because that first 2 games of the tournament, you find games everywhere. You find games on like Fight TV. You find guys on you find games on Comedy Central. You find games on Comedy Central. Yo, there be games on Nickelodeon. I swear to God, they'll put a game on everywhere.
Listen, man. Them
They're like True TV. How the fuck I get to True TV?
Them first 2 days, I'm not going to work.
Those are the best
Well,
2
actually,
days
no.
of the work.
I'm going to go to work, because actually now my schedule about to be 6 a.m. I'm going to work from 6 to 11:30. 11:30 hit, I'm leaving both Thursday and Friday. I'm leaving. I got to get back to my house in front of the TV to watch that shit.
I knew someone was like that, True TV or some
Well, you know,
weird
it
shit
is
like
on
that.
True TV.
Yeah.
CBS, TNT, True TV, TBS.
Again, when I was mentioning Comedy Central and shit like that, I knew it was on some weird shit like True. That's like Fight TV,
Want
True
to play a
TV.
game? Want to play a quick game?
Ooh, I was like this.
Take a quick guess at how much John Morant has tonight.
46 points. Am I higher or am I low?
You're close.
Okay. Okay. If you would have told me I was low, I would have been like, yo,
I'm not gonna tell you if you high or if you low. You're close.
is he still playing right now?
Yes.
Okay, folks, you about to watch me find this goddamn game.
Yo, what up?
We see you, Mark. How you doing? Come talk to us while we find the game. You come on, give us
Yeah.
give us your whole intro spill.
But hold on, let me get the pots and pans real quick.
This motherfucker been only here for 7 years. He turned South Florida in 2 minutes. Oh, it's the goddamn pots and pans. I'm telling you, in 3 more years, his favorite team is gonna be the Heat.
I should take that back.
Yeah, that game's over, bro.
I just finished.
Yeah.
Oh,
The John Morant.
it just popped up. That just literally just popped up. Like literally, it was just showing the city that's popped up. How many you had? 48.
52.
52.
Damn.
Ja!
You know what? I need to get that. You know what? I'm gonna have to put this down right now. Kevin
So
Hart.
does that put him in an MVP talk?
No. Well, he's in MVP talk, but right now
Talks. Yeah. Talks. Yes.
Embiid, DeRozan, everybody else falls in line.
See, I remember we kind of have different categories for talks, right? Because remember, talks to me means that you're deserving of a vote,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
remember, Derrick Rose got a vote last year. In a weird way, I think even Julius Randall may have even gotten a vote. Like votes because you've done enough that you should be. Now, are you a true contender? That's something different. Should you be in talks? Yes.
Well,
We should all believe it. Listen, you may not, listen, if you can hear my voice, you may not be holy, but you should believe in Jah. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Ja!
You want us to listen? I'm listening. I'm also listening to that therapy session going on in the background. Mute that TV. Damn. Like, what the hell are you watching? Grey's Anatomy?
Nah, I'm in the break. I'm in the break room.
I'm in the break room.
I'm in the break room and shit.
They got on Chasing Amy in the background. What the fuck is going on over there? Was that Titanic? Was that Titanic?
I think it's Law and Order with
Law and Order at the job.
Is that the Anthony Anderson Law and Order?
That's Ice-T one and
Ice-T
shit.
shit. SVU.
Okay, so you see that.
Nah, I don't want to know that shit. Nah, but I think if Ja keeps it up for the second half, well, from now until the end, but with Harding and Embiid, it's gonna be tough to take Embiid out of where he at right now.
But that's crazy. What? Because
DeMar DeRozan is coming with the Timbs on, big stepping.
I'm gonna tell you what happened, right?
I know DeRozan is, but
oh damn,
it's just hard. Embiid's just he just got so much hype. He got the hype behind him. That's the problem.
He's the people's champ right now. Like
exactly. DeRozan has a big story behind his shit.
Not why
in
Embiid
terms
is the
of what
people's
he's
champ
doing.
though. I think
Honestly,
Embiid has.
I think DeRozan is people's champ. I think DeRozan's people's champ based off of we all know the story. 59 wins in Toronto.
I think the players
couldn't beat LeBron.
No, I think players
get sent out to San Antonio for Kawhi. Kawhi get over to get the ring. He's just basically standing in the back like, damn, I laid the foundation for that. You learn, you grind. Now you out on your own. Niggas was basically laughing at you in terms of the type of money that to be thrown your way. They chose Russ over you. That looks stupid. The Knicks could have had him.
Yo,
that looks dumb.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first heard that DeMar DeRozan was supposed to go to LA, I was like, that's exactly what the fuck they need. Like, they needed a consistent, bona fide bucket getter. Mid-range game, off the dribble. Like, that just consistency.
But they
chose Flash.
Russ.
They chose Flash.
And it's biting them in the ass.
Now they're blinded by the lights. Tell you.
I love me some Russ. I love me some Russ though.
Who don't love Russ?
I love Russ.
Everybody
but do you
loves
see what
Russ.
that man is doing?
No. You gonna take that home? What? Take what home? Fuck out of here.
I got 3 kids and a beautiful wife.
You know what that nigga said basically? Listen, I'm gonna go home and have some nice sex with my wife.
What happens? I guess I
you know what I'm saying?
I guarantee you, like,
while you miserable motherfuckers
I'm gonna tell you what happens.
are gonna be drinking
after
your
bad games. I guarantee you, like, he gets head and like right when he's about to come, like she shoves like his finger up his booty. Like that's probably like it has to be like one of those things. Like he gets like some kind of like special treatment, like for losses.
Not the finger up the booty hole. Not the Gabby D. Wade shit.
Oh, God. Yo, I still remember the first person that told me that shit, yo.
I said, it makes so much more sense. I said it makes so much sense.
Oh, my God.
That's some real... That's some...
Yo, but remember, the first time I heard about this was in the barracks, in the army, at 18 years old. And you know back then, like, this is 1999. Like, you couldn't have said no shit like that. Like, you don't understand? Like, he almost caught an ass whooping. Except for there was a few people that was like, yo, hold on. Like, he ain't lying. Like, you like, and he was like, exactly. Like, because you know when I did that voice, that was like, you know, you get 2 more people like, and it's like, okay. Like, you just, listen here, Miller Lite.
You know what you just co-signed, right?
You just got your ass full. You just lucky that these brothers out here. Like, you look at one of them brothers, one of them is Spanish, and he was like, yo, okay. Like, that's literally what it took. It took NATO to it took NATO to save his like listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, Barracks NATO was more efficient of saving him than actual NATO is doing trying to save the Ukraine. Let's just put it that way. You take that however the fuck you want it. Oh man. So we're done with our Knicks talks. Because you know what though? I ain't gonna lie to you. Knicks not even the exciting story in New York right now. Right? There actually is a more exciting story from the 8th seeded team in
the only thing that's exciting about them is how the New York City mayor literally holds the Eastern Conference in his right or left hand.
Yo, but you know what? Like, I understand his position though. He can't make an exception for Kyrie. He can't make an exception for athletes. He can't.
I'm not telling him make no exception.
I know, but he can't though. He can't.
I don't give a damn. Whatever he decides to do, it is not gonna stop me, my black ass, from sitting down on May 15th, 16th, 17th, whatever the fuck, watching the first day of the NBA playoffs all the way through June 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. Right? It is not gonna affect me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be hopping on some 2K after this.
It is not going to affect me. Whether Toronto snuffs them niggas in the playing game like they just did, 133-97.
Okay, let's
without Fred VanVleet.
So let's talk about that, right? So Brooklyn is definitely they're still shorthanded, obviously, right? Did Kyrie play this game? I didn't see the box.
No.
Okay, so no Kyrie, no Ben, and no
it was a home game, so you know Kyrie not playing.
Okay, and no KD. When the playoffs start, we're at least expected to have Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant and whatever percentage of Kyrie that we have, right? Like basically, I expect no Kyrie, and then when we have Kyrie, we have Kyrie, right? This is the Brooklyn and me talking. That's so people don't get it misunderstood. Right? I'm gonna talk New York somehow today. Like fuck out of here. Right? Now, in a weird way, Brooklyn's still the favorite. You guys know this, right? Has Vegas odds changed? If I'm not mistaken, Brooklyn is still the favorite to win the championship. And they really did just take a bad loss in their own conference. Okay. Let me back up. Cause they took a bad loss in their division, but they're still I still believe they're probably the most exciting story in the NBA because they're fourth in the division. The only team they're better than is the New York Knicks. Every team in their division. Just to give New York again, just to coddle the Knicks fans a little bit so you can feel a little bit better about yourselves. You're the worst team in your division, and you're 2 losses behind the LA Lakers, and you're in a division that has the 76ers, the Boston Celtics, the Toronto Raptors, and the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets is a super team. Toronto Raptors just won a championship, and Philly has Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons.
Boston is doing the
thing
though.
And Boston recently just they were like a 13-game winning streak, didn't they?
Trade Brown, trade Tatum. Shut the fuck up. Do you know basketball?
They went on ridiculous.
Shut the hell up.
But you know what though? It's funny. Like
shut the fuck. When I heard that shot, when the very first time I said, "Yo, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up."
But that goes speak to their turnaround because
talk about trade Tatum, trade Brown.
But
you can't win with either
not
one.
Just that. No.
Them niggas is still babies.
It wasn't just them they were talking about trading. They were also talking about trading Marcus Smart.
Dummies.
They wanted to trade him too because they thought. But remember, right around that time was happening. Not only were they losing, they were having a lot of player meetings, right? And there was a lot of you heard Marcus Smart speaking out in the thing. But Marcus Smart was like, I think he was just trying to push these guys like, yo, you guys say you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. If you're not that, then give me the ball. If you ain't gonna be the star, when it comes time to be a star, then give me the ball and I'll shoot the ball. That's kind of like what it sounded like he was gonna do. That he kind of said now, and since then, those guys have been rocking.
I heard trade him. If this was a Portland situation, where these niggas are over 30.
Listen, I have no problem if they have to trade Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I'm all for it actually. Trade both of them. Trade them.
But see,
that's
the rival in you talking.
That's full the rival. That's the full rival in you talking.
So there's no objectivity. So basically, you know what you can do with your opinion?
I can
walk right outside that fucking door.
All right, podcast over. I'm kidding. The show must go on.
She's definitely not lying, America.
No,
you know, like J. Cole said, all real jokes contain true shit.
You know what? You got me there, Mr. Love to See It.
You goddamn right. Don't you ever fucking forget it.
Why are you examining me?
Huh?
I'm in one piece. Yeah. How I left, this is how I came back.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, with a full tank, too.
Good.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
So, can't wait to go to work tomorrow, baby.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Get this money.
What'd you do today?
I ain't do shit.
What'd you do today?
I ain't do anything.
Because she came in with some energy. You did something today.
I didn't do anything.
You did something today.
I didn't do anything.
You did. Don't lie to me.
I said standards.
Don't lie to me.
I said boundaries.
Don't lie to me. Okay?
Listen,
Don't lie to me today, okay?
Listen, there's one thing that I am,
Don't lie to
right?
me today.
Sometimes I am.
Don't lie to me
what's
today.
the word
Okay?
I'm looking for?
I got energy. I need to release.
I'm a very matter-of-factly kind of person.
I haven't punched a punching bag in a minute.
Or what
okay?
happens that
so
sometimes
please,
I come off like being an asshole, but I listen.
Come on, being an ass. What'd you do? Don't lie. Don't you lie.
He woke up from a nap.
Talk.
He started fussing. He was throwing temper tantrums. Then I was like, maybe I gotta go to work tomorrow. How I'm gonna get to work? Oh, well, you better find some gas to put in the car. I'm like, okay, well, let me go find this gas to put in the car then.
She's paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing. You know how it is, KJ. When y'all get
I have to
into
go to
y'all
work. She also has to go
Trust
to work.
me, I know how it is. I have a girlfriend too. I do the same shit.
She has to go to work.
Sometimes.
I have to go to work.
Not as often.
I have to go to work all the way in Miami. Her work is like 5 minutes from here. 10. I asked her, are you able... It's also at a complete separate time. What? What's your problem?
What's the complete separate time?
I have to be at work at 6. She has to be working like at 10.
Oh.
So and she also gets off like around like 2, 3 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, is there a possibility you can Uber back and forth? It's right there. Versus driving all the way down to Miami and driving back and then driving all the way back to Miami and driving back.
Hollywood.
Miami, Hollywood, all the way to the 95 side. It's okay, cool.
But that's wifey though. Come on, man.
okay, it's a suggestion. It's a viable possibility to getting your ass to work.
Hey.
That's what he do. Yep.
No need to get hostile
Yep,
with me.
that's exactly what he do.
No need to get hostile with me.
Keita, I'm matter of factual. Like that's how I am.
No need to get
it's
to
a
get
viable.
hostile. No, I understand.
Yeah.
This is the New York thing. This is what, but people take it as hostility. And
Yeah, I'm not being hostile. Like, it's a viable. Like,
Do you have many times where I'm just having a normal conversation with my girl and then she takes it as if I'm like yelling and be like, dude, this is just how we talk.
I'm matter of factual. So like it comes like when I get see what happens is that I normally have such a playful demeanor and when I'm seriously trying to inquire about something, people are like, oh, you know, I'm like, whoa, I just want to know. And as you can see, like when I get into matter of fact or I get like in serious mode, like my whole demeanor changes because I'm serious now. Like, but other people
here's the thing though.
Called it me being an asshole.
But here's the thing. With your matter of fact, you can at least not look mean. My matter of fact, nigga, I'm cutthroat to the soul. Like there's no hiding it in my face. Not at all.
You see it.
Like it's clear as day.
Well, it probably is clear on my face too. I probably look
No. Your eyes just light up. Me, I like my eyes get lower and I literally like have a scowl on my face as I'm talking.
You still got what you call it on mute.
Who?
Damn. Mark probably commented.
Oh yeah, he's still on mute.
That's all he do. He put this man on mute every
Mark,
time.
I'm sorry, B. I had to take podbean off my phone. That shit is like taking up 15 gigabytes on my shit. I couldn't have it. I couldn't have it.
You know you can erase cache.
If I had it on my phone still, I would definitely be on looking and whatnot, making sure that that's not the case. My fault, B. My fault.
Was he talking?
Verizon bugging the fuck out with my phone upgrade.
He wasn't even talking.
Come on, you can have the rest of this.
I don't want to know. I just want to sit.
What's that, some Malta?
It's dragon stout. You want one?
Let me get one. That shit look crazy. That look like Malta, son. That Malta is crazy.
I haven't had a Malta. I don't remember Malta taste.
What?
Malta taste is delicious.
What are you talking about?
I remember having it as a kid. I don't remember like how
what?
it tastes.
I used to get my ass beat for stealing Malta from my people.
I'm gonna try it again.
It's like candy, bruh.
I'm gonna try it again. I never
you
liked
gotta taste that shit, son.
I like my beer more bitter. Like shit.
I didn't consider Malta beer though.
I don't know.
They consider Malta beer?
I don't know what it is. I'm not really a fan of it. How you get in trouble for drinking if it's not beer?
It's like it's just like a carbonated malt drink.
Either way, it was something that for some reason at that age, my people was like, don't fucking touch. Granted, looking back at it now, it was just more of like, you know, those great rare things where it's like, don't fucking touch those great rare fucking things.
Yeah.
Because you don't ever have it in the house. Like you just come in and in 2 days you want to drink up a whole 6-pack. I done had the 6-pack in here for a whole month, and now all of a sudden one day they're gone. Like that's how you get in trouble. Like they don't drink one thing out of a 6-pack. There's 5 of them left. You come there for one weekend, there's none left. Yo, who drink all the Malta? What a ride there? Yo, them blood copy. You done eat me out the house and on. Yo, see that? Yo.
Oh, you don't respect Big Man House then. You don't respect Big Man House.
See, I'm sorry. Like these are all what I like to consider, right? Because I have a lot of these. These are hereditary emotional damage. We all have them. There ain't no reason we should be
definitely
going
certain
up
trigger
about
words that like certain trigger words that make
because in one scenario it's Malta, but we all know that in every scenario it ain't Malta.
It's never about the Malta.
It could be the little Spanish cake, the little Spanish cakes that they bring home that one time. It could be a little piece of road. We all knew that one little thing that our elders was always covered in, and we seen like it opened one time or other, and as a kid we're like, okay, it's Frigo time. The moment we ate it, we get cussed out for it. Like, yo, who are the blood? And you're like, oh shit. You know, as soon as you hear those 2 words, who the or whatever it is in your language, KS on me. Like,
it's like, yo, auntie, you gonna make me sit on the stoop when that shit's been sitting in the fucking fridge for like 2 weeks?
Listen, I was saving it for a special episode of what were they watching back then? Dallas.
Shit. about Dallas.
No, sorry, you're a little old. You're a little younger than me. So
No, I know about Dallas.
Okay.
I know about Dallas.
So your people's been out of been
I know
watching
about
Dallas. I'm just saying, your people's been out of been watching Dallas.
My mother most definitely was watching Dallas. My mother was definitely my age, maybe 3-4 years older, watching motherfucking Dallas on what the fuck was that channel? That channel just played old ass shit all the time.
Bounce.
Oh, that might have been that, but I think it was something else though at the time.
Oh shit! I'm over here thinking not True TV again.
No, hell no. True TV just got here. True TV just got here like what 5-6 years ago.
I'm thinking no. What's that? What is that? What is it? The W?
No, hell no.
The W?
Hell no.
It's one of those. The Lifetime station. Like
yeah, it's one of those. I know it's not Lifetime, but it's like the third cousin of Lifetime. Like a third cousin of Lifetime. It's like that cousin by basically cousin by marriage.
Oh no.
Cousin by marriage type shit. But it's old as hell too. It's an old as hell station. I forget what it's called too.
All right. So where do you want to go?
You might be right though, Shay. I'm not sure. You might be right though.
So where do you want to go? You want to go football, NCAA, baseball, or basketball?
The Knicks suck.
Hey.
See, y'all wonder why I've been an asshole, right?
I take back everything I just said right now based off those 2 words you just said. Where's the gun? Give me the gun.
Bottom drawer.
Where the gun?
Bottom drawer.
And we're gonna just come on the out there talking that crazy. Yo, that's a very emotional subject there, and you just gonna come in here and talk this crazy shit.
Look for the bag. There's a bag in there. It should have here.
He verbally abuses me all day.
Listen,
and
I was on your side. I was on your side, and then you said those 2 words.
He's still on my side.
Because what happens is that she hits all my trigger words. Like she hits all the major stuff.
The earth is flat.
That's the problem. That's Kyrie shit. That's not gonna hurt me. That's gonna hurt Kyrie Irving.
That's something we gotta work on.
That's not gonna hurt me.
We gotta study that superlative.
Knicks suck. Listen, don't laugh at my pain.
We got to bring up the data points on that one.
We just gotta get them a new coach or something. So you know.
This nigga, like, run up here and go about Knicks.
Didn't they lose last night?
Aye.
Y'all see the kind of stress I have to live with every day, right?
Talon, I understand.
Every day,
my brother, I understand.
I'm telling you guys, every day I live my life in fear.
I understand.
Every day I live my life in fear. I keep telling you that. Like, you guys saw me get beat up on the podcast on Wednesday at the bar, right? Every day I live my life in fear. This is the kind of stuff I have to go through.
I understand, my brother,
Oh,
because
no.
I'll be damned if my team just
what happened on
lose.
Wednesday. Listen.
I'll be damned if my team just loses and my girl come and talk about Steelers suck. Knicks suck.
And
Girl.
And Talon wasn't on his best behavior that day. You know, we got there. I wanted to help him set up. Apparently, he was in a funk because of the Wi-Fi. And so, excuse me, no one's talking to you right now. It's me and the fans.
It's her time. It's her time. It's her time. Respect her time.
You know, I had to come back with something that wasn't as violent, but playful, but, you know, still getting my point across. So that's what I did. And I know he's back here looking at me stupid, but you have to understand that this guy is not the easiest to deal with. Anyone that knows him, has known him for more than 5 years, knows that he's not the easiest to deal with. So, as that, you know, with that being said, Talon, Tony Taylor, you know. Oh.
Hey, yo.
Government name, all of it.
Oh.
Talon Toma Taylor.
Toma?
Toma.
Okay.
It's the Spanish word for to take, because that's what we do. We drop takes here.
May I ask, what is it that Talon said? Exactly.
See, what had happened was, damn. All right. So, this girl named Anna, right? She had asked me if I wanted something to drink. Oh yeah, I know about you. Yes. Anyways, I got something to drink, and then I asked my man if he could pay my tab. He said no. And that's where we went wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That's where everything took a turn for the worse.
On that note, right.
While when I left, I was looking for her tab to go pay. Like instinctively, hey, where's your tab at?
I took care of it. You want me to be so independent?
said it jokingly because I even said yes. Like the third time you asked me throughout the night.
It's okay. Everything's fine.
Everything really is fine. Like, listen, she's not lying, folks. She's not lying.
I just know a conversation like that could be triggering. You know, you deal with it at the moment,
like
but then you know those conversations that it happened at the time way back. Then somebody mentions something about it. It's joking at first, and all of a sudden it turns serious. You just like, now I'm in a whole argument of something that was already dealt with.
You know what? Let's move on to the next topic. I'm not even gonna explain how that. Listen. I'm just saying though. Again.
That's one where you just like.
As mentioned before.
You got it.
Like these are. What did I? Damn it! I'm forgetting the word.
These are MyT takes.
No. It was. This is not subtitle, not ad lib. She's fuck. How's the word forgetting? Like, escaping
all
me.
Discombobulated and shit. Oh, no mercy.
Not subtitle. Not she's briefing. She's. God damn it! I literally just used the phrase, and how it just fly out my mind.
Oh.
Whatever. She's summarizing. Okay, I'm trying to use a fancy word for summarize. She's summarizing. She ain't saying the whole shit, right? But basically, that's kind of how it happened, and then she's kind of stuck with that, right? And then just didn't hear anything else after that. Are you looking at the alcohol content? He was like, is it hitting you already?
I wanted to make sure I wasn't just drinking no caca.
Oh no. Like I've had a Dragon Stout forever. Like she started picking them up. It's funny because she was like, yo, I only can find the Dragon Stouts at like the corner store. And I was like, okay, cool, but every time you get them from the corner store, you know corner store's tax, right?
Tax.
So I'm like, so every time she went, I was like, yo, I don't want to fucking keep getting them at the corner. So I'm like, so I told her one day, I'm like, yo, we gonna have to start looking for these at the supermarket. I'm like, I get. It's probably got to be like Broward Meat Market or Bravo or Aldi's or some shit, but we got to start looking for these shits, right? Because I guarantee you can get them cheaper somewhere else.
Shit,
right?
Even Costco's, BJ's, all of them niggas.
Yo, so no doubt, like one day I'm in I roll up in the meat market and it's in there, bam, $99, cool, because it's like $14.99 at the corner store. So I'm like, because I was like, it has to be cheaper. So I'm like, they're charging as much for a 12. You can get it for a 12 pack or something else at the fucking supermarket. Like that makes no sense. So they found it as regular price. I'm like, okay, cool. So that was at the meat market. Then I popped up I was at the ABC store, right? You know, at the liquor store. Obviously they should have it there, but I checked real quick. Bam, they have it there. Same thing, $9.99. Cool. Now I got two places to find this at. Now. You notice what I mentioned initially, right? I mentioned like Aldi's and Bravos, like all of the meat market, like all the Jamaican and Spanish and international stores. I'm like, they definitely gonna have it. I'm not expecting the regular places, the Winn-Dixies and Publixes to have the fucking Dragon Stouts, especially not in Tamarack. Like maybe if this was the Publix like on 441 and commercial or some shit like that, like they would have that shit. Like I expect them to have that shit. That shit's right in the fucking of Jamaican Central. And I'm like, all the fucking islanders live in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's the whole Oakland Park area. So, no doubt, I pop up in my Publix, and I've never looked for it before. And I was like, you know what? We were going to get yelling the other day, and something just told me, let me backtrack through the rest of the aisle and actually look for Dragon Stout. Because even while we're there looking for yelling, and I thought I did a quick glance through, I was like, you didn't really look. Let's go back and look. No doubt, it's been right here underneath our nose this whole time. Right here, $9.99 underneath our nose the whole time. Like, babes, anytime you feel like you need a beer, just make sure you feel like you need a beer before 10 o'clock. Listen, man. Listen, I don't care. I'll be cheap all goddamn day long. Like somebody has to manage the budget here. And apparently it falls on the person that went to school for accounting. But I'm a responsible one, you know, or based off of whatever many determining factors. Like,
you got that right.
Like, listen.
How do you think the rich niggas stay rich?
Exactly. I'm gonna be cheap. This is what I found out. No, I already told you guys. I found out that I have to make enough money so I can live off a fourth of my income. A fourth.
Okay.
I can't live off a fourth of my income right now.
Oh no.
Like, I need more. Exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna be cheap as shit. I'm gonna be cheap as shit until I don't have to be until my grandkids get spoiled, and they don't understand how cheap I had to be for them to be spoiled. Hey, fuck all the dumb shit. So yeah, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole that's trying to keep his money. KJ just go. All right. So we have we have about 10 minutes left. We got football, we got NCAA, we got baseball, and we got basketball. Right? We spin the roulette, try to get things figured out, roll the dice, see where the bones lie, and who just fell on the ground? Oh, must be baseball, right? And like I said, and I think we already covered enough from baseball, right? Derek Jeter, he's leaving the Marlins, and I think another one thing, like now, because I said, I never thought that Derek Jeter looked right for the Marlins. So all I'm hoping now is that he gets a spot with the Yankees or some shit, right? That now that he's done whatever he's done with the Marlins, he's gotten whatever experience that he needs to get, so that he can be taken more seriously. Because half the time, like with these athletes, and they're trying to make the next step in whatever current endeavor that they want to do, right? Then what ends up happening is that they don't get normally taken seriously during their first spin around, right? Or their first cycle through whatever they're trying to do. So this could have been a perfect, wetting of the feet, getting yourself warmed up, trying to get a taste of whatever you're trying to do with that, so that now that when you go into rooms, people look at you like, okay, at least he has some experience here, and we don't gotta look at him as just an athlete. Because too many times that people are looked at as just a so-and-so. Sometimes this is where athletes and African Americans, like they we have the same, we have the same play. Oh, he's just so-and-so. But baseball's on strike. Derek Jeter's gonna find something, because Derek Jeter is not gonna be out of baseball. I don't think if Derek Jeter loves baseball as much as he does, I don't think that baseball is gonna allow him just to go by the wayside and not be anywhere. So I'm just counting the days until I hear that he's back with the New York Yankees organization in some kind of role.
Where he belongs.
Listen, and we all know that it doesn't take much to put somebody in your organization. All you have to do is make up a position for them and pay them. We just saw it with Brian Flores. I'm not gonna let Brian Flores' name die or what's going on with him. I'll keep finding a way to keep bringing him in here.
Like I said, Pittsburgh, I love you for doing it.
But it's something that had to happen that way.
Pittsburgh, see, stuff like that, that's why you're my team. That's why you're my team. But the fact that it has to be this, I will remind you, motherfuckers, senior defensive assistant / linebackers coach.
Senior defensive assistant.
A man of those credentials. Senior defensive assistant.
So we naturally just went to football without even trying.
/ linebacker coach. I've already talked about it enough. So, I mean, if you don't know how I feel about that, shame on you. Go back to search the episode. I'm not going to waste time on that.
This did it take you. We don't got a lot of time to waste.
Exactly. I don't. I got a horny girlfriend waiting for me. I'm not going to be here much longer. Thank you. When I tell you, you with the motherfucking timing. Shout out to you, my nigga.
Shout out to the AI that's constantly learning that is my phone, right?
Word.
Word. Is learning comedic timing. So we got a couple football stories. We have one, Kyler Murray, who has unfollowed his whole entire squad, and now he's backtracking, kind of following them back. Now he kind of wants to get paid, kind of wants this, kind of wants that. And again, what was my nickname for him? Kyler. I should have played baseball, right? I get it. Like I said, if you were good enough to play both sports, if you thought you was good enough to play football, I get you wanted to go play football. But even if you are that good to play football, why not play baseball? Because when you break that first arbitration, you're good. Your real first paycheck is going to match whatever your lifetime earnings in the NFL is going to be, guaranteed. Without playing the shenanigans. And you could have rested this year, it looks like.
Or if you really want to be that guy, pull a Dion. Try to go for both.
Go both.
Granted, I definitely don't think that would have happened. But the worst these niggas could say is no. The worst. Listen, just to go to the side. People, stop being scared of doing anything that you want to do in this fucking life. Whether it's ask a question, something that you want to do.
The worst is no.
The worst anybody can say is no. No matter how hard they try, they go hard to tell you the no. At the end of the day, it's just a no. Somebody could literally sit you down for an hour and two and tell you why they can't do it. At the end of the day, it's all the no. It's all the no. So do it.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if you
do it well, like LL said.
Not only that, doing it well. Listen, you could do it well too with some Blue Chew, folks. I'm not gonna let that one slide, folks. And how do you get? And what is Blue Chew? And how do you get Blue Chew? Well, Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back to your throat. All you need to do is.
I love how I set that up.
All you got to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. This thing has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. And for a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss. So she will love how you come through like a champ with your Blue Chew in advance. And if you use this week's promo code, let me make sure I say the right promo code, because I want to say that this week's promo code is INJJ. So that's Indigo November.
I need a JJ.
Yep, Indigo November, Juliet, right? INJJ, like almost like you're in the JJ, right? INJJ. You can get yourself a free order of Blue Chew for free right from the folks at MyT. Oh, listen, only thing you're gonna have to do is pay for shipping and handling. Don't be cheap. Make sure you pay your postal workers. Shout out to Bobski Ammo. Alright, Blue Chew. There's 2 requirements. You chew it. What's the other one, KJ? Do it. And if you want to be like LL, then you do it well. We're talking about Randall
Make
Isley
sure you
well.
represent Queens and
You
she
understand?
represents Brooklyn.
Like how well? We're talking about Ronnie Isley kind of well. Alrighty. Still in football. We talked about the international games, right? We talked about the international games as much as we're going to talk about the international games.
Exactly, and especially at this point in the year.
Right?
In the fucking February. We don't have to worry about no international games for about another 7-8 months at the earliest.
But I guess the one question that rolls into the next person of interest is Aaron Rodgers going to be a Green Bay when the international games happen?
Who cares right now?
Too soon?
And motherfuckers know how much I care about Aaron Rodgers. My favorite quarterback. But this is not about to turn into a whole Brett Favre scenario. We not about to sit here and twiddle our thumbs with our legs crossed.
Follow him with a helicopter?
And worry about
when he's in Florida?
Worry about what the fuck you're going to do. And what? No. Especially not when you wet the bed. Doing all that. That's what everything I'm seeing right now, the Instagram post, the interview, all of it is to try to get people to deflect from what happened January, bear with me, on a cold night, January 22nd in Lambeau Field, when Jimmy G came in there in that defense and you couldn't score 14 points. Granted, special teams bit that ass once again. But once again, you couldn't get me 14, 17. That's all niggas needed. 14 points, 17 points. That's all niggas needed. That's all they needed. 16 points. 14, something. Anything more than 13 is all it took. And you couldn't get it done. And you know me. I gotta call it like I see it. Cause I gotta be objective. I'm not gonna be like some people. Not you. I'm not just gonna be just like people out here in the world who.
Even if you're talking about me, I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
No, I'm not talking about you.
MyT the podcast star.
I'm really not talking about you.
I'm gonna say,
I'm really not talking about you. Trust me, if I was really talking about you, I would literally look at you and say your name. But what I'm saying is, I'm not one of these people who, when one of my favorite players or players that I really like, really love, and really big up and everything, when they fuck up, I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of excuses for what they do. Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Even any of these big motherfuckers who kiss their players' ass when they have a bad game or whatever they not. Like, no, you fucked up. You sucked tonight. And that's what Aaron Rodgers was. You fucked up. You sucked tonight. That doesn't mean your whole career was trash. That particular night, the last time we saw you, you fucked up. You sucked. You sucked. You don't get to put out this narrative now and all of this shit and try to change the shit as if you're the victim again. No. Because we've seen that and dealt with it and stuck up for you one too many times. This was your last dance, right? Quote unquote. Your prove it year, right? You laid that stinker beginning of the year against Jameis Winston, where you threw 2 interceptions, looking like you didn't even want to fucking be there day one. And it's funny how this circle of life always comes back around. You started the season with a thud. You ended the season with a thud. You don't get to change the narrative now. No. Not at all. You hold that L. You stick with that L. You shut the fuck up. Hurry up and let that team know what the fuck you want to do. Because you pulled this shit last year. You don't get to pull it 2 years in a row. No. Especially when you fucking lose the very first playoff game. Fuck out of here. You lost the same day as fucking Ryan Tannehill lost. Like, bitch, no. No. Fuck you.
So it's too early for football, is basically what you just said.
Too early. Too early for football. It's just I hadn't really had that moment. Like, you know, that was really supposed to be said the day after. It's just, you know, like I said, I've been on my own hiatus and everything like that. So I really didn't have my moment to really like let all that out. And don't worry, whenever the time comes, I got something for that new face of the NFL in Kansas City too. I got smoke for you too.
Listen,
I got smoke for a lot of people that didn't catch this smoke because I was on my hiatus. Bills, I got smoke for you. Tampa defense, I got smoke for you. It's Buffalo Bills. You don't want to hear the podcast that day when I got smoke for y'all niggas.
You got smoke for Georgetown?
Here's the problem. Here's why I don't have smoke for Georgetown. When the fuck has Georgetown been in a position to worry about catching smoke?
Oh! So Georgetown's last. So basically, you say that Georgetown's last moment of relevancy is when they hired Patrick Ewing, and before then it may have been when they had who? Iverson. What happened between Allen Iverson and Patrick Ewing signing as head coach? There's a couple of big men. Oh, Emeka Okafor? No, that's UConn.
Exactly.
Because at one point in time, Georgetown was revered for their big men, right? This is why Patrick Ewing was there, went there. Well, I mean, not those, but Patrick Ewing was there. We had Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo.
Mourning.
Yeah. Those are the three I remember. Those are probably the three biggest big men, I think, if I can remember. Patrick Ewing, Mutombo, and Mourning.
And then they switched it over to guard with AI.
And then AI went there. AI is the most famous guard from there. And that was like...
Then, not for nothing, after that, it really didn't fucking matter who the players were. Because now it became about coaching.
Mm-hmm.
It became about... It became about Big John.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that it wasn't about Big John before.
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in power.
Part of the reason Patrick Ewing has that job.
Rest in power, Big John.
Roger.
Big John. Always love it. I swear. If they had some type of shirt, I need that. Big John. The epitome of African American head coaching in any sport. Because debate me if you want to.
Because he was out there. He was out there not taking shit when he knew it was gonna get his program fucked. So he was actually making those hard decisions.
And kudos to the administration of Georgetown for always having his back. Even at the few times where it was tough to do.
When it wasn't the popular opinion.
Exactly. But they still held it down. But either way, yeah, like I said, it became about Big John, and just it was just consistent. Still always finding a way to wiggle their way all up in that Final Four. Otto Porter was over there too. This was before he was a Shaq and a Fool Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Otto Porter Jr.
Otto Porter Jr.
I'm messing with you. We talking about a long time frame, so I was just, you know. Like, listen. Cause if that was Gary Trent, we could have been like, hey, which one, Gary Trent or Gary Trent Jr.? Like, I didn't even, that was one of those ones that I was like, wait a minute, did he always have Junior on his name? And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't even look the same because I felt like
real talk.
I feel like there was only like a 5-year difference between Gary Trent and Gary Trent Jr. being in the league.
Real talk, B. I mean, granted, respect for all of these niggas. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta go. But respect for the niggas who make sure they hold that junior name, knowing their parents didn't do jack shit in the pros. Shout out to Odell. Shout out to Otto. Shout out to Gary. Shout out to all of y'all for making sure you hold that junior down.
Wait, Odell's Beckham Jr. Dad was in the league?
No.
Oh. No.
I'm saying shout out to all the niggas that are holding it down for their fathers who didn't make it.
Come on, at least Gary Trent Jr., at least Gary Trent Sr. was in the league.
See, I don't even remember that.
Yo, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Jaren Jackson Jr., shout out to you.
Gary Trent, I feel like there was like a 5-year gap between Gary Trent Sr. and Gary Trent Jr. Like, yeah, like I don't remember. That's why when I seen Gary Trent Jr., I was like, when did he get Junior on his last name? Because I remember Gary Trent Sr. in the league. In the LeBron era. And with that, folks, we're done. We're gone. We'll come back later. We'll talk about this more on the podcast on Wednesday. We're gonna be live from Sharkies. We'll see what else pops up on the podcast. We want to thank you guys for listening. But as we say, listen, I hope you good guys continue to catch a wave that never subsides. I'm officially out of here. Hey, yo, DJ, play my outro so I can stop rambling.
Sorry,
Yo, put the curtain up. Put the curtain up for me.
Honest.
I can't be seen anymore. Seriously.
All the bandwidth in the world couldn't keep me contained. No lag, no lag.
Here it comes.
Gonna share my talents with Podbean Live. Always knew I'd take the pod there. Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills. New, improved MyT podcaster. Potting down now.
We're still there, Mark?
Last call for drinks. Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't want to go far. Wild night. Tired, B. Tired. MyT
Sports. How do you purchase a door? For your vehicle?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the door. And it doesn't, all I keep finding is the little things that.
Interesting.